Hi, it's Colleen with Rope and Resellers, and I'm here for another sales update of what I sold on eBay and Amazon merch for the week of June 17th through the 23rd, 2019.
Okay, I had 15 things sell. I'll show you the 10 highlights or interesting items that I sold. First one is a pair of playing cards. They were new in package. I picked up at an estate sale a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. And this was one of those things where I just bundled a bunch of stuff, so I just guessed that I spent $1 on this. But anyway, it sold for $5.99. It's obviously from the 80s, and I had free shipping on it. It cost me 55 cents in eBay and PayPal fees, $2.84 in shipping. So my total profit was $1.60, and it took a month to sell. Now I could be like, why did I even list it? It was only worth $6, plus I had to give free shipping, and I only made $1.60, but I only spent $1 on it, so I made 1.6 times my money in a month. I know as a single seller that does everything myself, it would be more worth my time to not list things like this, but sometimes you just got to look at it from the positive side and say, hey, I made 1.6 times my money, and move on, and don't buy camel playing cards again. Here is a sword from my father's estate. It was Toledo. What I am learning is that Toledo is a place in Spain, and it often has this kind of swooshy looking guard on it. It had condition issues, which of course I disclosed, but the blade was straight and it had a scabbard, and it sold for someone offered me $125, so I took it and collected $135.33. I didn't spend anything on it. Total profit after fees and shipping, $109.41, and it took a month to sell. Apple Ipod. This thing was scratched. It was part of that lot that I got from the school to give them some money back and give them a percentage of the sale. So it sold for $33.24, collected $37.43. I gave the school $8 on this, and my total profit was $23.64. It took 3 months to sell. I didn't include a charger or anything. And the guy just wrote me a letter today. That was the other thing I wanted to mention, was that I got that email that was from eBay, from a buyer about this particular item. And of course, we all think, oh no, they want to return it, and especially electronics. But he actually wrote me and said, it's so nice to have someone that gives a personal letter, or thanks for such a positive eBay experience. And I was like, oh my gosh, you totally just made my day. Thank you. And thank you for not returning that thing. So anyway, as fellow sellers, I know we all dread those emails, but you should open them because sometimes they're okay. This is a Husky Lock, which is Husqvarna or Viking. This is their serger machine, and I was hoping this was actually for a sewing machine, but it wasn't. It's for these types of machines. And if you're a seamstress, you know what that does. Otherwise, I wouldn't worry about it. But just know that Husqvarna or Viking are usually, if they're branded, and if you see a sales ticket, where is it? Oh, that it was originally $132, it's probably worth some money. So I got this in the thrift store, and it sold for $42.74. I collected $48.14. I spent $5 on this at the thrift store, and after fees and shipping, I made $34.70, and it only took 2 weeks to sell. And this actually went to Germany. Vintage Tommy Hilfiger red blanket. It's like a beach towel wrap thing, and it did have the emblem on it. I thought this would be better, but it only sold for $23.74, and I collected $30.99. I spent $1 on this at Goodwill at Dollar Days, and after fees and shipping, I made $20.12, and it took 16 months to sell. And there's the tag on that. Okay, here's the interesting find of the week. I had an auction. I had a bunch of things that I was trying to bid on. It was a ham radio operator, and I lost on everything except this one ammo, like a wooden box. What I thought was an ammo box, it turns out it's actually tool manufacturer's box, shipping box. So it's not even an ammo box. But anyway, inside were all these empty cases for various guns. So this is a Target model. Now on eBay you cannot sell firearms, but you can sell the box that the firearms came in. And then I started worrying that it was like, secret code for the gun is actually in the box and they don't tell eBay and blah, 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 but actually people collect these things. I did a little research first before I listed it. There were lots of warnings that I had to click through to get it listed, but I finally did, and boy, am I glad. And there were 5 or 6 boxes, various types of boxes. You'll see another one in a little bit. This one went for $24.99. Who knew an empty box could be worth money? Obviously, no one else did, because I only paid $7.50 for the big wooden box, plus all the things inside, all the boxes inside. So I'm in this not very much money at all. So I'm pretty grateful. Anyway, this one I collected $30.37. I spent about $1.25 on the box, and my total profit $20.96. It took 2 days to sell. Here is a skateboard that I got at an auction. It had a picture of Baja on the bottom. It had an odd curve to it. I actually just shipped this out. It was kind of a pain. I had to go dumpster diving for a box because it's a longboard. So it was kind of hard to find a box. So I kind of had to piece together some stuff, but it worked. It was Gullwing metal trucks. So those are good quality vintage trucks, I guess. And it had the original wheels. So all of these things were bonuses. There was another one in the lot, and we're actually keeping that one for California because my kids are all excited to live in a place where they can actually skateboard year round. Anyway, this one sold $44.99. I collected $73.46. So it cost quite a bit to ship it because it was such an odd size box. I spent $11 on this at the auction. Total profit was $23.98, and it took 2 weeks to sell. Here is a service pen for Department of Agriculture, so Forest Service, USDA, stuff like that. I had 2 of them. This one, someone made me an offer, and I took it, $28. So I collected $30.76. I spent about 50 cents on this, a big bag of service pins that I got at an estate sale. So my total profit on that was $24.69. That took 5 weeks to sell, so not very long. Dana Designs, this one I've had for quite a while because this is from summer of last year, that photo that I took outside. And it was in rough shape, but somebody offered me $60, and I said, heck yeah, I will take $60 for this when I am only $5 into it. So it sold for $60. I collected $75.95. I spent $5 on this at a garage sale. Total profit $55.15, and it took 13 months to sell. And the last thing I'm going to show you is this is a Smith & Wesson. This is the only Smith & Wesson box that I got. Some of these can be worth a lot of money. $49.99 is what it sold for. I collected $55.11. It costs about $1.25. And after fees and shipping, I made $43.16, and it took 4 days to sell. So looking at the numbers, $537.39 is what everything sold for. I collected $643.44. I spent $38. Most of that was the skateboard and the iTouch. A little bit for that Husky lock, but really not that much. I mean, out of 15 things, it's a little over $2 an item, which is a pretty good deal. $57.73 in eBay and PayPal fees, $105.41 in shipping for a total profit $442.30. Amazon merch has completely dropped off the face of the earth with 4 shirts and 1 return. It is summertime, and my trendy shirt is now past its trend. So I made $7.48 this week, and I'm starting to see returns on that trendy shirt because people wear them and then they return them. So that's kind of a bummer. $449.78 were my total e-commerce wages.
So still solid weeks selling those swords. Always a good thing. Trying to up my game and get things that are worth $40 or more is also helping. Having sales, I can't even say enough. You need to have end dates fairly frequently. I usually run my sales for about 3 days, and I definitely get more sales on the 3rd day than any other day during the sales, and I think it's because people see that the sale is going to end, and for whatever reason I set my stuff at 7% off. That seems to be the biggest money maker for me. Sometimes when I put stuff off at 50%, I think people think it's junk because it's already discounted because it's eBay. I don't know. This is my observation, philosophy, guess as to why things work the way they do, but that's what I've decided on that. As far as moving goes, thank you so much for the comments. I haven't even had time to go through them. I've been signing documents and traveling to places to sign titles and things like that. So unfortunately I haven't gotten to them, but I have read every single one of them, and I really appreciate the input. It seems like most of you guys found that when you moved, you definitely put it on vacation, and a lot of you regret not purging a little bit more and kind of using the move as an opportunity to start fresh. So with that advice, I think what I've decided is that I'm going to I have a pod sitting in my driveway right now that I have to return by Thursday or Friday. I'm going to just put my store in order of value and maybe take the top 150 things, put it in the pod, put that part on zero quantity, and then I'll keep a few higher end things. I still have some swords to list, so I can continue my income stream until the day I leave, because we're actually not going to leave for a couple more weeks. So I'll have a couple of things like that. Everything else is gonna get just donated, because I can't be bothered to try to. I've been trying sales for a long time now, and it's just not moving. So there's some longer tail stuff. There's also stuff that I can use in the new house. So like dishes, things like that, I'll bring with me, and then I'll probably just use them for myself, but use it as like a business expense to ship it. I don't know. That part I haven't quite worked out yet, but that's what I'm thinking, is just get my store down to like 200 things, not really worry about it, because I have, almost 700 things in my store right now. So this is going to be a big purge for me. But I would say at least half of that is clothing, and I'm not picking it up. I'm not looking at it unless it's like a vintage Patagonia fleece. I am just leaving it there, because there's really, for me personally, not that much in the way of clothing that I'm finding that's worth $40 or more. So, and it doesn't move very fast for me. So that's kind of the approach I'm going to take, and just set my stuff to zero and put stuff on vacation hold, probably starting in a week or two, with the few things that I have left behind, so that I can make a little bit of money, and then just get rid of the rest. So anyway, thanks so much for all your comments and your advice. This is kind of a stressful time for me. I'll see if I can get a video out next week or the week after, but I might not be around. Maybe I'll do some quick little things. There is an estate sale at the end of the week, so who knows. But thanks for being patient, and I hope you guys are finding good stuff, and that your life is not in turmoil like mine. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.